So a couple days ago, we debunked the viral Yellowstone videos. They were clips showing animals supposedly fleeing the park, and it turned out they were just regular migration stitched together to drive panic. Nothing in the real data suggested Yellowstone was about to erupt. But in the comments, you guys, I think it did like 70,000 views, something like that. And a lot of the comments told me to go look at what's happening in Italy right now. So we did. And what's happening right now under Naples, Italy, this has actual indicators, the kind scientists track before major eruptions. And we're talking about Campi Flegrei, a supervolcano with a history of wiping out entire civilizations. And this week, locals are reporting massive ground uplift, earthquake swarms, gas venting, and worst of all, a viral clip suggests key data is being hidden. It gets worse, and nobody's talking about it. There's no news out there outside of posts and some local talks. It's pretty crazy. And this could have world-changing consequences. So let's go ahead and break it down. So my name's Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm publisher of the Illinois Review, and I'm also a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. So while the Yellowstone panic fizzled out, what's happening under Italy's Campi Flegrei, I butchered it, Flegrei. I'm not Italian. So it's a very different story. And this isn't some viral nonsense. It's real science, and it's getting harder to ignore. So let's go ahead and check out this clip. The clip shows a woman paraphrasing a top Italian scientist, and what she says will send chills down your spine. Let's go ahead and see.
Don't believe the recent earthquake was only a 4.0. I've reported in my last video, but now there's more and more people speaking out. They said, we have been through 4.4, 4.6. This was stronger than 4.0. The boom was so loud. So you'll hear about this, but you will also hear from another prominent INGV scientist, and that I found was a little bit shocking, that he says important information measurements that are crucial for the current crisis are being held back. And not only for days, could be months, even longer. So we'll talk about that, but also the current earthquake swarm.
I know a lot of people criticize me for saying in the other video, like, hey, if something was going to happen, the government would warn us. I was wrong. I've known the government for a while, as have you guys. They probably wouldn't tell us a damn thing because people are stupid and they would panic and we'd have no toilet paper, even though we'd probably need food. But let's continue.
Involve the 4.0. This is always kind of strange because I get the notification from the INGV, the earthquake swarm is over. And then I look at the list and I'm like, huh? I see all these earthquakes. So what's their reason, what's their point to declare it's over? If there's like 5 hours time frame between a few earthquakes? Because this is what they just did a few hours ago, and then they said, oh, a new earthquake swarm began. But basically what we're seeing here at Campi Flegrei, it's a constant rumbling.
So it says top geophysicist Giuseppe De Natale, researcher director at INGV, don't know what that stands for, warns key earthquake data is being withheld. Locals say the Campi Flegrei, please tell me how to pronounce that, quake felt far stronger than reported, and they're hiding seismic info during a crisis, and this is getting scary. Tell me in the comments, would you guys trust a government or any government when it came to your safety, especially when it comes to massive natural disasters like we're about to see? So now let's get to the facts. Campi Flegrei, that one is not just another cone-shaped volcano. It's a 7.5-mile wide caldera sitting under the ground west of Naples, and over 500,000 people live inside of it. And this year alone, more than 6,700 earthquakes have rocked the area. That's more than ever recorded in a single year. And it's only July. We're not even halfway through it yet. One quake in March hit 4.6, the strongest in 40 years. On July 18th, another one struck, officially listed as 4.0, but residents say it felt much, much stronger. Some say they heard loud boom-like explosions. Meanwhile, the ground is rising. The ground has risen nearly 5 feet since 2005. That's caused by either rising magma or steam pressure, both of which weaken the crust. And that's the kind of stuff they're looking for at Yellowstone, like crazy seismic activity like that, thousands of earthquakes a day, the ground rising, which they say the ground hasn't risen in any significant manner. It's risen 5 feet in Italy. The gases are sulfur and carbon dioxide are pouring out of vents like Piscalari and Solferata. Videos online show the ground literally boiling. Locals are sleeping in their cars during quake swarms. And here's the turning point. Scientists at INGV, Italy's National Volcanology Institute, say the alert level is still yellow. We call that Bushrava. And that's unrest, but no eruption. Yet many locals say the government isn't telling the full story. And this next move, it's unbelievable. That woman's video, the one you just saw, is being shared like wildfire because she paraphrases geophysicist Giuseppe De Natale. He's one of Italy's top experts on the Campi Flegrei, and she says he warned privately that earthquake data has been held back from the public for months. While there's no official proof, but here's what we do know. Residents say INGV often ends quake swarms alerts early, even as tremors continue. The numbers don't add up. The reports don't match the shaking. So either the sensors are wrong or someone's filtering the data. And if that's true, key seismic indicators are being delayed or hidden. And that's not just bad science. That's a public safety disaster. Because if this volcano blows, it won't be local. It's going to be global. The volcano has a volcanic explosivity index of 7. The last time it went off, 39,000 years ago, launched 300 cubic kilometers of ash into the sky. That's enough to trigger a volcanic winter across the globe, meaning global cooling, crop failures, and chaos. And now, a new study says those kinds of eruptions may happen more often than we thought. The public needs transparency. They need honest reporting. They need things that aren't delayed as far as numbers and vague reassurances. So if you guys got value from this news update, tap subscribe. My opinion is next. I'm a small creator. We're growing. Even though I'm a White House correspondent for another network, I've only got a couple thousand subs, and I need every one of you to help out. Like, comment, and share to keep the truth alive for every freedom-loving person on this planet. So here's the bottom line. We were told to call out the fake Yellowstone panic. Sorry, we were right to call out the fake Yellowstone panic. That was social media clickbait, but this isn't. The Campi Flegrei is showing real signs of instability, and it's sitting beneath a major European city. It's not a theory. It's not a meme. It's a volcano with a kill radius of hundreds of miles. And when the people living on top of it say, we're not being told the truth, the world should pay attention. Governments cannot be allowed to filter life and death data just to avoid panic. That's not how a free republic operates, and that's not how the world should operate. And that's just how people die. Preparedness starts with truth, and the truth is Campi Flegrei might be entering a new phase. We don't know if or when it will erupt, but if it does, and the warning signs were buried, it will be too late. So you guys out there living in Italy or wherever, stay alert, stay grounded, and never trust the government more than you trust your own instincts. Again, Tom with the Daily Beltway, God bless.